Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing once again Dungeon Universalis. Okay, so it's been a couple of months, I guess, since I've played that the last time. So once again I had to kind of take a quick look at the rules, and again I said that already last time. There's this reference sheet here, and that is really excellent. You know, if you know the game but you haven't played for a couple of months, if you take that, you basically get the full information. If you go through that, it takes you maybe, I don't know, half an hour or something, and then you got pretty much everything you need. Maybe the AI, that's another thing you have to look up. But apart from that, you are well prepared to continue your session. So that is really very good. I got one problem though. I wanted to set up again the board here, and I realized I lost my picture of last time that showed where the black markers are. I got a new smartphone and I got that now, not anymore. And honestly, I think I'm not so much motivated to continue the campaign the way I did it. So my plan right now is I want to do 2 or 3 missions, and I think then I'm gonna stop the campaign. And eventually I think there is definitely more that I want to explore in this game, because I really like that game. I think it's excellent. But there is, for example, there is a random dungeon generator. I want to try that. I want to see what that offers. There is and that is done by fans, by the way. There is a random campaign generator, and I also want to try that. So there is still a lot of things to explore, a lot of interesting ideas out there. I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed by the campaign, and I'll get deeper into this when I eventually will give some kind of review or final thoughts or whatever. But it really feels, the whole thing feels a little generic to me. I mean, I really appreciate that there is this map, and that gives you a little bit of background. It really seems that there is a living world out there, and it is cool to have such a big map of that world. And there's more coming, by the way. It's just a very small part of the world. So it's cool to get that, and I hope that in future sessions, when I come up maybe with my own ideas, and I'm thinking about a couple of how I could kind of solo a campaign, and how I could kind of generate my own campaign. And then I'm definitely intending to use the map, for example. It's just great to have that option. And yeah, and maybe also the events and all that. These are all cool options, and I definitely understand that there are groups that really like that. But I gotta say, for me, the campaign itself, this book, I got mixed feelings about that. First of all, it feels a little generic. I mean, it feels like we're basically just a couple of mercenaries, and if someone pays us, we're doing a job. We killed a couple of bandits down here, then we killed some random giant. We were searching for some horses over here, and I don't know, then we went up here and someone said, hey, you can kill a spider and then you will get a lot of money. And so we did that. And it doesn't really feel like there is anything at stake here, right? I mean, it's not like we're bringing, I don't know, it would be, it's more interesting to bring a magic ring, which is extremely powerful somewhere, and you know, and you're getting evil creatures that try to hunt you down and whatever, instead of just going and killing bandits because someone pays you to do it. I don't know. In addition to that, I have a feeling that everything that is here going on the map, it has no real impact on the campaign. The only point is that it basically slows you down. You know, if you go somewhere to have a quest and then you roll poorly and you got some bad adventure, some bad event, take a couple of hits, you might have to go back to the inn, and then you have to rest, be refreshed, and you start again and try, okay, this time hopefully I can make it, and yeah, okay, shit, something happens, and eventually you're gonna be there, but it does not have any effect. It just costs you a bit of money probably because you have to pay for the inn. But there is not that much interesting going on. But there's a lot to keep track. You have to remember, for example, the weeks. There is the winter which can come. You have specific adventures that can be unlocked when you roll a 1 in a certain area. You got to write that down, and then when the year is over, they become locked again. You got these black markers that are somehow after you. I don't understand why, to be honest. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Just because we killed a couple of bandits or a spider, now the minions of the black whatever are after us. I don't really get that point at all. And yeah, so there's a lot of things to keep track of here, and the payoff is very, very little. So at the moment, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the book, and I'm going to follow this for a couple of quests, and if it doesn't really get much better, I think I'm gonna call the campaign. Not that I didn't enjoy it actually, and I think it has some really good aspects here, but I'm just curious to try other things, you know, to see more potential in this game, and I know it's there. I know there's more to explore in this game than just the campaign, than just killing a couple of bandits, finding a few horses, and killing a spider. I know there is definitely more in there, and I want to find that. Anyway, we're now sitting here, somewhere here, where the northerners are living, the northern barbarians, and we had that situation where we had some kind of, I think his name was Plump or something, and we had to escort him through a narrow street, and that was a pretty cool mission, and we were really successful there. And by the way, I like the missions. That's not the thing. I like the missions. I don't like the campaign though. There's a difference. I think the missions are actually pretty cool, at least most of them. And now our next goal, and I've read that, is to sneak into Thorzul, which is here. And I'm going to set up the map to do this. And yeah, then we're gonna play simply the mission. Okay, so before I start, I had a quick look in at the campaign book. I didn't really see a lot, but I saw that there is a wall. You have to start with this specific wall tile. I think this one here. And I thought that there is a good chance that we might have to climb. So before I start this adventure, I bought a rope. Now I'm not sure I'm gonna need it, but I think it looked a bit like that. So I spent the buck and I bought a rope there. Actually, I have to spend $2 because it's an evil city and my alignment is good. So I have to spend $1 more. And so another thing before I start is I'm gonna house rule the initiative roll because I think this can be extremely brutal, and in situations, for example, when you enter a big room and you have to place there always the the enemy spotted creatures, which can be easily 4, 5 or 6 creatures. Then you're gonna have a boss, and then you're gonna have to draw another card, possibly, depending on what result on the die you roll. So you might end up with, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 creatures. And then, if you don't get the initiative roll done, the scenario is very likely lost. It's gonna end in a disaster. Or definitely, I mean, it looks a lot like one of your heroes will die or something. And I don't want to make it, I don't want to let this happen just because I do a single wrong roll. You know, this is, for me, this is a real issue. And so you have the option to re-roll these things using your fortune. But the problem is, if you roll poorly, let's say you roll a 4 or something, and the other guys roll a 10, what do? Right? You can re-roll your roll, but it's very unlikely that you will beat the other guy. And if you roll his roll, if you re-roll his roll, it also doesn't help you that much. So I decided to come up with a house rule here, which makes the game definitely easier, but I'm okay with that. The game is pretty hard anyway, and I think house rules in this game are perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just follow the standard rules of the initiative roll. If I win, perfectly fine. If I lose, what I'm going to do is this will only guarantee that the enemy creature who had made that roll, that this creature will be activating first, or they will activate in the first combat turn. And then I will roll for every other enemy creature if they also will be able to beat my roll. And so if I rolled a 4, for example, and the other guy rolls a 10, then he will definitely activate. But I can re-roll my roll, and let's say I roll a 7 then, and the other guy still has a 10, of course, then he will activate. But then the others also still have to beat my 7, and my chances are a little better. So it is possible that then during the first enemy turn, only some of them will actually activate, and that gives me a little bit, a clearly better chance. But I think it's fair. Also, if you see it thematically, I mean, I'm kind of sneaking into this this building. You know, nobody really expects me there. And I am usually careful if I, you know, if I enter this enemy building full of I don't know, evil bandits or whoever. I'm the one who is always aware that something might happen. So I think I should be definitely in a better position for this initiative role than the others are. So that's what I think. So I'm gonna go now do the introduction of this thing. You are on the outskirts of Thorzul Castle, hidden in the thick of the forest. The outer walls are not far away, its ashlars bathed in the red sunset. It is not the most imposing of castles, but no siege machine would get here easily, nor could it be mounted at a suitable distance, which turns it into an almost inexpugnable place. Taurus' dense forest is its best defense against enemy invasions, but it is also a magnificent mantle that hides spies and small groups of enemies. As night falls, you must avoid the patrols at the battlements and climb the walls to then hide among the inner buildings. Then you must reach the tower keep and find its library. Plump's instructions are clear. He knows the area and can accurately depict what you will find beyond the walls. You should be able to protect him as you move forward. It will not be easy. A mistake can cost your lives or, at the very least, your freedom. So the goal is steal the library's record books and then escape through a trapdoor that gives access to the outside. Plump cannot be knocked out. Okay, so I'm not sure what that actually means, that it's not possible that he gets knocked out, or that it's simply something that should not happen. Find that a little odd. So the faction are the Northern Barbarians, special rules. Yeah, I kind of thought that. So climbing the wall. In order to move from one to the adjacent square with the exploration arrow, you must pass an agility test. Heroes are supposed to be climbing the wall, and climbing is an action. Whoever fails the test will finish his activation and will remain in the same square. This will prevent his teammates from continue climbing. Okay. All the heroes have reached the square with the exploration arrow. Before the end of the third turn, the dark player will not be able to activate any encounter cards in the sections 3 and 4. The wall represented by the section 3 has a height 4. A character adjacent to one end of the wall will be able to shoot from it to the enemies located in the sections. Okay, we'll see that. Okay. So the heroes start the quest accompanied by Plump. He can be handled by players as if he were a mercenary, and is armed with a broadsword and no shield. The dark player must spend 6 reserve points on the leader. Okay, so... okay, there we go. Fine. Okay, so we're standing here, basically. We're approaching this area here. The entrance points are here, and we can move from here, we can climb onto the wall. So this is basically adjacent to the wall, and if we enter this space here, I guess we can reveal the wall. That's how I see it. So right now we cannot see the wall or the upper part because we're standing down. But once a character goes here, I think he simply reveals this upper part then. Now, I'm not totally sure how to use the rope. It says +1 to use his agility while climbing. So that makes sense. And then it says maybe used to help other characters jump over or climb out of pits. Now it doesn't say that you can use it for anything else than pits, but I think it makes sense if you use that thing that and it's hanging on the wall that basically everybody gets that bonus. I think it works pretty much the same for pits as for other things. So I'm going to use it that way and give everybody a +1. I'm going to start with her because he has the best agility. But first we basically just have to move from here to there, which is, well, if we run, let's see. Playing this really feels a little bit alien to me. It's been a while since I've done that. So she's got a movement value of 6. So she can run up to 12 spaces, I think. I can add this. Yeah. Okay, so she enters here. Oh, here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so, and that means she cannot do the climb action this turn because she is too far away, or she can't do it. And then it's these guys, and I'm gonna need the card for the mercenary, for Plump. Okay, there is one thing that is not clear to me. It says, if all the heroes have reached the square with the exploration arrow before the end of the 3rd turn, the dark player will not be able to activate any encounter cards in the sections 3 and 4. So it seems to me like we're sneaking into this area, and I assume that it's also not possible for him to activate encounter cards in section 2. He definitely cannot do it in section 1, but I think thematically it only makes sense if it's also not possible for him to do it in section 3. 2. Damn. Oh, that's really weird. I'm gonna try to take a look at the without seeing too much here. That's okay, that's section 3, that's section 4. Let's see. Oh yeah, actually there is no real section 2. Oh, that's odd. But that is section 3 and that is 4. So it means the next 2 tiles, if I make it there in time, he cannot play any cards there, I think. So I want to start with her, the cat lady, and she only needs a 4. So she now uses the rope. And, well, she's got a -1 because of the leather armor, though. So she needs a 5 to get up there. And no problem for her. So she ends up here, the scout. And, yeah, so that's the next thing. Can I reveal this thing now or not? Usually revealing is an action. But that was also an action. So this is a little bit, I don't know, I guess I can reveal this area. I mean, otherwise, where should I place my other guys? I'm gonna reveal that area. It's a little bit weird, but I'm gonna do that. So yeah, we're gonna need this, and we can place it here now. And we have another one here. Now what I'm gonna do is, so that was basically my action, and now I still got a movement, I guess. You know, you got your climbing action, and then you can do your move. Wow, this is, yeah, it's weird. Okay, I'm gonna move, I don't know, I'm gonna move, damn. Oh man, this is already getting a little too complicated. I gotta check how you can help other people that are still downstairs. There are specific rules for that. I think I have to stand here and then maybe the guy can enter here next to me or something. I gotta check that. Now this is one of these situations where it's just not clear. So the thing is, if there is a rope, usually, I mean, the rules talk about pits and how you can help a character from outside the pit to climb out. And usually the way that works is when the character inside the pit has to climb, he can do an agility test, of course, or the other character who's standing outside can do a strength test if he has a rope, and then can basically pull the character down up. And that can even happen if the character pulling was already activated. So I could do this, for example, I could try to pull this guy up with her. She's got a strength of 3. That's better than his agility with his equipment here. Now, maybe I should actually do this. The problem is, and this is just, I mean, this is just tricky here. If I move here and then try to do this test, where do I place this guy, right? Because climbing is an action, and if I want to get these 3 guys somehow within 3 turns up there, it is basically impossible if I have to move to this space and then climb up and then end up in this space, because I have to somehow move away again. So, and from what I remember, you cannot do, or maybe you can actually do an action. Maybe you can do an action and continue moving. I don't think this is possible, but I gotta check that. I don't remember that anymore. No, it says a character may perform 1 action and 1 move in any order he wishes. So that means I cannot move here, do my action, and then do a second move. That's how I see this. And that makes this whole thing a little bit problematic, because I don't know how I can do that. I just don't know. I mean, I got no idea. I think what I will allow is that we basically can all end up there. And otherwise, as I said, I had to go here, climb up, and this will every time I do this, I will basically lose a turn, because only a single character can go up there per turn, which would make it impossible for me to get all my characters up there within the first 3 turns. And I think that is not the idea of the whole mission. And that is completely independent of the rope. That would be an issue that I had anyway. So whatever, I guess what I want to do is I'm going to just place the other guys behind here if they manage to get up there. So let's see. Now, second is I'm going to take the magician. So she moves 1, 2, 3, and now she's got another action. She has her movement, her climbing action. So that's a 4. And let's see if I can do that. And I can. Very good. So I climb up here, and I'm simply going to place her here then. And if I'm not successful with this, then the other heroes cannot continue. That is pretty clearly written here. Just a second. Oh, great. Okay, now you know my code. So let's see. Yeah, it's here. You have all the heroes. No, wait a minute. Here. If he fails the test, will finish his activation and will remain in the same square. That will prevent his teammates from continue climbing. That makes all perfect sense. Yeah, but it's tricky for the others. So I'm gonna take now the dog. So he's gonna go here and okay, I mean, I'm gonna let him climb. It's a little strange, but he's got a 4, so he also made it. So I'm gonna place him here. And now we're gonna take, I guess, this guy, and they are really not that good. And this is, he has a 4. Does he have leather armor? Let's see. Well, I'm gonna roll the test first. Okay, he did it anyway, so he goes also up here. I'm gonna place him here, and now it's these two, and this is a little tricky. And here I'm gonna help them with my rope, trying to pull them up. So because my strength is 3, and that is better than their agility. So this guy starts, and now I'm gonna need a 7 to be successful, and I managed to do that. And now it's the dwarf, and okay, great. So we did that, and that was, by the way, the second turn. So we were successful here. Now I don't know that the rules were really kind of tricky here, but I think we made it. Okay, so I revealed this arrow here with my scout, and this is now number 4. So the player is not allowed, the dark player may not play any creatures or any encounters here. Now the thing is, this is something like, I don't know, like a courtyard or so, and this is not revealed yet. So this is basically a big tile, but this lies underneath whatever it will end up here or here. So we know we can go here, and that's why these arrows are here, but we don't see behind that. So all we can see right now is this and that, and here we have a door. So the question is now, and we have a door here, so we can enter this, and possibly we want to do that, or we can go here or here. Now I'm really not sure where that library is. I wish Plump had some additional information here. So, tough choice. I don't know. I mean, I got no clue. Maybe I want to go here. Usually you don't want to open the first door that is available. You know, I think I'm actually going to go this way and avoid this room here. Maybe I find something back there. So let's move ahead, and I'm going to run again with her. So that's going to be enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good. The dog will follow, and he ends up here then, I guess. Let's bring in the dwarf. He's a little slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He only makes it to here. Plump. 5, 1. Let's see. He's got a movement of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can go here. It's magician. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I want to bring her here, and the gladiator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we go. So now we go into the next turn, turn number 5, and now I'm going to reveal this section, and now I have to roll the die. And because it was not possible for the dark player to play cards here, I will only roll the die once. Usually if you haven't met someone the 2 sections before, you have to roll the die twice, but I think that only applies if there could have happened, if there could have been someone. So let's see now, let's reveal this thing. Now, first, I'm not sure. Do I have to roll for a trap too? We might have to roll for a trap. First, we got to roll for the trap, and then we'll see if we can reveal the section or not. Okay, there is no trap, and now we reveal the section. So let's see. There we go. Okay, great. So that means we can basically now simply remove this thing. Okay. There we are, and we have another big door back there. And now we got to roll if we find a creature there. I think so. Or is that still section 4? I don't think so. So let's roll. Okay, and we have indeed an encounter there. So let's see what that is. A wandering creature. Okay, so let's see. We got the Northern Barbarians, and this is a wandering creature. So we're going to roll a die, and we have to add 2. Is that so? Yeah, I think so. Because we have more than 60 points. So we got to add 2. Oh boy, that's an 8. That's a Lycanthrope. Okay, that costs 4 victory points for this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got this great werewolf from Talisman here. And let's see where we got to place this guy. It's a single creature. I think single creatures are placed in the center. Let's find out about that. Corridors. There's a special rule, I think, for single creatures. Just a second. I'm pretty sure this is a corridor, and we should place him at the very end of the corridor. Single creatures are usually placed in the centers of rooms, but I don't think this is a room. I think this is a corridor, and therefore he's gonna be placed at the end. Okay. Okay. So this is it. The wandering creature. And wow, it's really been a while since I played that. It's not... I mean, yeah, it will take a bit till I'm really back into the game here. So we got this guy. Let's see. It's pretty tough. It's got 7 life points. He only got his claws though. He's fearsome. Oh no, yeah, fearsome, a pathfinder. He can do fast attacks. Oh boy, that's tough. Oh, that's interesting. If it is wounded and has failed the courage test at the beginning of its activation, it will return to its human form. Use the profile Barbarian Champion from this moment on. With its health fully restored, although unarmed. Now that is something I find amazing. I think that is really, really cool. But I hope we can avoid that. So, fearsome, immune to the effects of fearsome from enemies. A courage test will be required in the following circumstances: before attacking an enemy with this skill, before being attacked by an enemy with this skill. Okay. Okay, so let's see. First of all, we have to do the initiative test now. So let's do that. He's got a perception of 1. I have my dog. I got my sharp senses. That means I think I got a +2. And I got my lynx, which allows me to re-roll a 1. Okay, so let's get some other dice. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that is good. That is enough. So it seems we surprised the guy. And that means we can start now our turn, which will allow me to shoot with my accuracy longbow. I got my fast shooting, which allows me to shoot twice. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta go through all the modifiers again. It's really been a while. There we go. Okay, I think moving, flying, light. What about the agility? This guy has a 4. I've got a 5. I got a -1, but I'm okay, I guess. What about the fast shooting? Okay, this is reduced by 1. Okay, great. But this is okay, so we don't get a negative modifier here. So I think it's pretty straightforward. The only thing is the distance. Yeah, so we get a -1 for the distance and a -1 for the fast shooting. So I gotta subtract 2, so that means I need a 7 to hit. Okay, that's good, that's a 10. So we do 4 dice of damage. I need more dice. So the guy has an armor of 4, so yeah, we need a 4, I guess. We don't need higher, do we? I think a 4 is good enough. Damn. I'm pretty sure we... shit. I don't know. There we go, damage. Conditions. I'm not sure. Do I need equal or do I need higher? I need equal. I mean, these kind of things happen when you play the game, when you haven't played a game for, I don't know, 3 months or so. But okay, so we need a 4 or higher. So let's see. Okay, that was 1 success, so he takes a single wound. That wasn't too great. But we got a second shot. So let's see. Ugh, I don't think that was good enough. I think I needed a 7. Yeah, so that was a miss. So, not that great. Okay, let's see. What else can we do? So I can move now, and I think that's something I want to do. 1, 2. Okay, then I got a movement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can take this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's a little dangerous though. Don't really want to do that. Okay, I forgot one thing. First I had to do a courage test with her. So I gotta do that. I have a courage of 4, so I'm gonna need a 6. And I didn't do that. Okay, that means I'm actually, so I was standing here, right? So let's undo this. So I messed this up. I wasn't successful here. So that means my activation ends, I think. Fearsome. Gets the condition frightened. Activation ends if the fearsome enemy is large or huge. Okay, it was not a blunder. So I can actually still do something, but I'm frightened now. I gotta check that. So because this guy is not large, I can still act. I'm not totally shocked, just a little bit. And fearsome means that all my abilities, it's pretty much the same as stunned, all my abilities are reduced by 1. So that means the first shot that I did would have been still a hit because I rolled a 10, and the second shot was a miss anyway. And now I am still allowed to move. So I'm going to go here, and that's it. So I'm just a little shaking, but I'm still okay. And then it's this guy here, and he goes in berserker mode, which means he is immune to fear. And I have an additional melee attack, so that's pretty good. So I'm gonna move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the melee attack is -1, but I think it's still pretty good. Okay, cool. So let's see. I gotta fight this guy. So he has a combat value of 4, and I also, let's see, yeah, I also got a combat value of 4. Yeah, that doesn't affect this. What does that say? Oh, I could reduce the target's armor by 1. I don't want to do that. So that means we both have a combat value of 4. Let's see what happens. Ugh, that was pretty bad. Okay, so I can do another attack, a second attack. Ah, damn. That wasn't good. That's not looking great. So that was a pretty bad start here. Okay, who's next? It's the dwarf, and I can already see he's not going to make it there. So, but he can try to run. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Does he want to run or not? Hard to tell. Why not? So I'm going to run. Okay, and I'm going to move here. Well, I cannot run in his... I cannot go here. I can only go here. I cannot go in his area of influence. And then it's her, and she moves 1, 2. I think I want to move her here, and I'm gonna use the green flame. Or maybe I should use the war dance. No, I'm gonna use. I could also use the brain damage. I'm gonna use the brain damage. I think that's even better. Choose a target and roll 5d6. Every result equal to or greater than the target's intelligence deals 1 damage. Okay, so I'm okay. I mean, I just I'm frightened, which is again this -1 to all skills basically, but I still rolled a 10 with my intelligence roll, so I get my critical. I'm doing fine, and now I can roll 6 dice for the brain damage here, and yeah, we'll see what happens. And that wasn't exactly great. I mean, these are... I need a 3. I did 3 damage. I could do much better, but... Damn, I don't know. I mean, he's down to... No, I think it's okay. So he took 3 additional wounds. So he's now down to 4 wounds. And yeah, it's okay. And he's stunned. And that is maybe also an advantage. So apart from that, I don't want to use these 2 guys. So I think I'm fine for now. And now the other guy, it's the dark player's turn, so we do this, and then we gotta roll and see if there's some kind of power card to know that's not the case. And now we gotta check if he will get rid of his stunned condition. So on a 4 to 6, that's gonna be the case. So yeah, he's no longer stunned. And let's see what the he's got the fast attacks. Now I think that is the same as what the dwarf has. Yeah, so he can now roll 3 dice. Take the 2 highest ones. And yeah, that's his result then. But he's got a blunder if any 2 of the dice show a 1. Okay, now this guy will try to attack. The target priority will be the enemy with the lowest life points. Okay, so basically he's forced to attack this guy, because otherwise he has to move around his area of engagement, and he cannot do that. So he's forced to attack here. So he's going to grab now 3 dice and simply do an attack, and I got 2 dice to defend myself, and I got a -1 because I'm still in berserker mode. We'll see. Well, that is okay, I guess. Let's see, I'm not sure. That's a tie, and I think he is more agile than I am. So we got to... Yeah, I think that's exactly a tie. Is it? No, it isn't, because the fast attacks means he also has a -1. Yeah, that's true. So that means he ends up... So he's got a 4, and I got a 5, and he's got to subtract 1, and I also have to subtract 1. So it's a tie. Yeah. And no, it's not a tie. I win, and I'm okay. Great. That was good. That was a little lucky here. Okay, and now we can continue the attack. Now, I think I made it, right? I think I did my courage test with him successfully. I think these 2 guys failed. Damn, I'm not even sure if I did that. I think I did, but I'm not sure about that. But let's assume I did it. So, I'm going to do the attack. The berserker, and he gets 2 attacks, exactly. So, let's do it. That wasn't great once again. And let's do a second attack. He's just, I mean, that could actually be, no, I think that's a tie. And then he's got a better agility. So again, I didn't manage to do any damage here. The dwarf then has to do it. He's got a courage of 4. So he made it. And now he attacks. So he moves in and he uses... Yeah, I think I'm going to use my fast attacks. And let's see. Oh boy, is that bad. Horrible. So again, no success from my side. What a disaster. Okay, so I'm going to give her another shot. So she tries to do the courage test. Again, she failed the first time, and this time she did it, and now we got to do again an agility test. On the other hand, actually I don't think I can do it. I think this guy, I don't have line of sight on this guy, so I think I cannot cast a spell here. Ugh. Gosh. Yeah, can't do it. So that's pretty much it. That was a really bad turn for me. Okay, so we go to the next turn of this dark player and we roll a die and it's nothing. And now this guy gonna attack again. So he gets 3 dice against my 2 dice, and this time he's going to attack the dwarf because the dwarf, oh God, has lower life points. Oh God, horrible. Absolutely devastating. So that means he does even a critical. Okay, so I take 6 damage dice. Oh boy. That's not looking good. But okay, I got a pretty good, let's see. Yeah, I got a pretty good armor. So I got an armor of +2. Okay, that's something, I hope. Okay, so let's see. I got 3, so there's only 1 damage. Okay, I can live with that. But that wasn't too great. So now it's time to really, I mean, I gotta do some damage now. It's just horrible. So let's see, the Cyclops now starts the attack, and he has 2 attacks. So come on, I mean, we really have to do this now. And I think again, it's not good enough. It's I'm pretty sure this is a tie. Yeah, that was actually a tie. So, gotta do the second attack. Okay, that was a hit. Finally. And that means now we can do strength +2, so that gives us 6 dice, and he's got an armor of 4, and that's enough. We can do 4 damage, so yeah, he's easily killed. And there's actually one thing that I forgot. I got the tough ability here. No, that's wrong. The hardened ability. Whenever he loses 1 or more points as a result of melee, he must roll a d6. On a result of 4+, the damage is reduced by 1. And that is something I forgot a lot of times during this whole campaign. So I can still do this, and if I roll a 4+, I will not take any damage while I do. Okay. So anyway, we managed to kill this Lycanthrope. Pretty tough guy. But now he's done. And this guy will search the body, and I think he can roll 2 dice, if I'm not mistaken here. The dwarf will do that. I can search this, and yeah, guess what? Nothing to find here. So, and then, let's see, I think I get 4 points because, no, actually, I'm not sure. Do I get 4 points for killing this guy? I gotta check that here. This is a little bit, I'm not sure about that. No, it's just 2 points. Okay, so we get 2 achievement points here, and this is it. Yeah, so that's the end. No, it's not quite the end of this turn. Now, let's see. The dwarf did the attack, but he can still move. So he moves now here, and that allows now her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's not quite enough. No. So yeah, I had to run to do that. Okay, that was a success. So I'm now standing here. That means I can only open the door next turn. And then the others will also catch up. And, oops, there we go. Okay, so at that point, I wanna load this up. Yeah, it takes a little bit to get back into the game. I hope I didn't make too many mistakes, but so we're gonna open the door and then we're gonna see what awaits us behind there. Hope to see you on the next video. Bye.